Republican Congressman from Florida, Carlos Gimenez. Congressman Gimenez, thanks so much for joining us. You voted for Speaker McCarthy, former Speaker McCarthy. So you were one of the 6 to do so. 20 of, well, I guess 19 other Republicans joined you in not voting for Jim Jordan. That was a bigger number than I thought there were going to be. 20 House Republicans voting for someone other than Jim Jordan. Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought it was going to be like between 7 and 15, and so when it got to 20, yeah, I was a little surprised it was that high. But I always knew, I was pretty sure. I mean, just in the circle of people that I've talked to, that more than 5 were going to vote for somebody else, and so, yeah, the fact that it's 20, it's a little surprising to me. Yeah.
So some of it obviously was resentment towards the individuals that have forced this mess upon your conference to begin with, the individuals, not only the 8 who voted against Speaker McCarthy to begin with, but also the others who have voted against rules, the others who have voted against the government funding bill and the like. But I also sense that there are people in the Republican conference that just don't want Jim Jordan to be the symbol of House Republicans. Is that your sense as well?
Look, I want Kevin McCarthy to be the symbol of us. He was our leader. Look, we may have had 8 Republicans that lit the fire, but also there was 208 Democrats that provided the gunpowder. So there's nobody without blame here. What we need to do to rectify this is just go back in time and rectify the injustice that was done 2 weeks ago. So my vote is with Kevin McCarthy, and it has been. I've been very direct. I'm there. I'm still there. I'm not changing my vote. I think that, and I said after Friday that Jim Jordan has a really steep hill to climb, and I don't think that hill has just gotten any less difficult. There was 20. I know there's folks that are saying, hey, I'm with him for 1 round, but after that they're kind of like a free agent. We need to find somebody. Look, I think the right person is Kevin McCarthy, but this conference, first of all, we need to give McHenry, Patrick McHenry, more power so we can open up the People's House. There's no reason why the People's House has to stop because of one individual. And I'm not just talking about now, I'm talking about the future. We have an incapacitated speaker. All of a sudden, yeah, that's it. We're not going to do anything for a month, 2 months. That doesn't make any sense, and no organization works that way. We need to rectify that. But eventually, we will find a speaker, somebody we can rally around. My hope is that it's Kevin McCarthy. Hopefully we can draft him, get him back. But if that's not the case, we need to unify around somebody that we all respect and can move forward, move this country forward.
So do you think there will be a movement in the House Republican Conference to give temporary Speaker Patrick McHenry temporary powers so there can be movement? Because as you point out, this is the first time in the history of this great republic that we have not had a speaker, and the legislative branch is just at a standstill right now when there are 2 major wars and going on right now, and a government that's about to run out of money.
Well, I'm going to correct the history. I believe there has been some times where we've had some periods of time without a speaker. I think there was one time we had like 100 ballots, and there have been a couple of months maybe without, but that was way in the past. That's something we need to rectify. We need to rectify it now. And yes, I would hope that my fellow Republicans and actually the entire Congress sees that there is a need to put somebody to give them expanded powers to conduct the people's business. I would hope that we would do that. I know that there's resolutions already drafted to do that, and so I hope that we do that. And then we as a conference need to get together and find that individual. My hope, again, it's Kevin McCarthy, but find that individual we can rally around and move forward.
Last question, sir. You said you'd like to go back in time and get rid of that vote to get rid of Kevin McCarthy as Speaker. Obviously, we are out of flux capacitors, and we cannot go back in time. So who do you think might be a candidate that your caucus can finally get 216, 217 votes? There were votes today for Tom Emmer. There was a vote for Tom Massey. There was, I mean, I can't go through every one of them because there were, I think, about 6 candidates. Lee Zeldin, your former colleague, was there. Is there somebody that your caucus can rally around?
Yeah, there's somebody there. Look, we have 220 members. Some very, very talented individuals. They're very smart, very capable individuals. And my hope is that, maybe the 5 different caucuses can get together and come up with a name, all right, that they can all agree to, that we can all rally around. I don't want to put a name out there because then, oh, that's Gimenez's guy. No, I don't want to do that. It needs to be our person, not one person's person. So, and I'm saying guy, it could be a gal. I mean, it could be, maybe we make history, have the first female Republican Speaker of the House, and and so there are a lot of talented people here that I could support. Right now, my support lies with Kevin McCarthy, and then let's see where it goes in the future.
All right, Congressman, thanks so much. Let me throw it to Dana Bash.